I could pull a better podcast out of my Hey, kids, welcome to the Tempest universe.
Ho ho ho, happy holidays. The views expressed on this podcast are that of the host, and not Santa's. Please stay out of the Mojave Desert Mountains and save yourself a probing from the little gray elves. They come in peace, but will leave you in little pieces. For your listening enjoyment, put on your best holiday tinfoil hat, turn on all the Christmas lights, and stare at the elf on the shelf. Lastly, the UFO talk is explicit and full of holiday cheery goodness. May the mistletoe be with you. Let's get the show started, fuckers.
This is the Tempest universe, man. Hold on to your ass. You're in for a hell of a ride.
Welcome to the Tempest universe. This is the Monday episode, the Monday before Christmas, no less, December 20th. So, wow, we are almost there. We've got about, 5 more days before you stop listening to Christmas music on the podcast. I know you guys are excited about it because you're tired of fast forwarding or playing the podcast super fast. But hey, that's just, it's what it is. I'm just trying to bring good cheer to you guys. I know we're all not having a good time. Life is hard. Coronavirus, the Killertron is trying to fuck shit up for next year. So, why not have a little bit of happy-go-lucky cheer in your life? Why not listen to a little bit of Christmas music? I appreciate all you guys listening, so hey, let's go through this together. I got 4 articles for us today. Hey, by the way, before I even get into that, this will be the only episode for this week because, got family and friends over, and the house is going to be busy, so it's really, I don't have like one of those fancy professional studios where I can just block everybody the fuck out. I can't do that. So, unfortunately, this is going to be it. Now, we might try to do something on the weekend. Who knows? But that time, everybody dissipates. They got their gifts. They got their food and their candy and their drink on. And they're ready to go home and find something else to do for New Year's. So that's what we're working with. Of course, the one and only, the number one. Well, I should say, number one. Yeah, that's the way it went in Star Trek. Number one is here, Bugs. Depending on how he shifts his body, you might get a little bit of snoring out of him. So he's snoring now. There he is. I don't know if you guys got that. Anyway, we got 4 articles. There's a lot of NASA stuff. There's things that have to do with the Pentagon. It's been the same old, same old. There was an article regarding UFOs in New York dropping sightings for this year, and no fucks are given. Then there was another article regarding like a cluster of UFOs in New Jersey. But man, I could not figure out what the hell they were really trying to say. I love it when people provide the footage. And it's great. You can look at it. If you feel froggy, you can examine it and go through it. But, sometimes you just want to look at it and move the fuck on. But then there's other times like people get on these pictures and videos and it's like they're calling they're calling what's like a sporting event. They're like calling the NFL game and they've got X's and O's and arrows and all these plays like it's fucking UFO. Like, really? We don't need you to get all crazy like a middle schooler on the damn video. Just post the fucking video. For fuck's sake. Or at least give 2 versions of it. Come on. Let some of us come up to our own. Don't guide me. Don't guide me to your unidentified. Shit, leave me to mine. Anyway, so there were some UFO articles out there, but nothing really worth talking about, to be honest. But it is what it is. I'm not throwing shade on the New York, New Jersey area, but still, come on. Come up with something better than that. We don't need a fucking play-by-play of your UFO encounter. Just tell us what happened, and without the explanation. So before we get this started, I one more thing I gotta tell you guys, and that is that all the music for this episode are Christmas. Of course, they're music. They're Christmas related, so it is what it is. Just enjoy it. Get your eggnog out. Get your whatever spiked drink you need to have right now in order to enjoy this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and kick this puppy off because we're all in the mood, aren't we?
Rudolph, my dear, the forecast ain't clear. So will you please light my way and lead this old man's sleigh? I said, Rudolph, my friend, once more will you lend your red nose, or heaven knows how this sleigh ride will end. Rudolph, my man, you're the only one who can save the day. Say yea or nay. Now will you pull my sleigh? Rudolph. Rudolph, my boy, now don't you act so coy. Let us go and fill all the little children's hearts with joy. Rudolph, my dear, you know the forecast ain't clear. So will you please light the way and lead old Santa sleigh? Yeah, lead old Santa sleigh. Come on and lead old Santa sleigh. Hey, let's do it one more time. One more time. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody help me now. Hold on, I got one more. Rudolph, pretty please, don't be such a tease. Let's have some fun and go make this a Merry Christmas for everyone. Merry Christmas for everyone. Merry Christmas for everyone.
Yeah. Apparently Bugs woke up during the song there. Bugs, what's that? Is that Santa? What's that, Bugs? What's that, Bugs? Is that Santa? Get him, Bugs. Get him, Bugs. I guess he's not a fan of Santa. And there he goes. He's got to go chase him down. Get him, Bugs. Get him. Get him, Bugs. This is what happens. This is what happens when you have a well-trained dog. Jeez, who knew that he hated Santa that much? Significant amount of water found on Mars again, and it's in the area of their Martian little Grand Canyon to be exact. So this is something, a bit of news, right? Because I really don't see anyone landing anything there, but who knows? Why? I guess knowledge is good, right? Knowledge is power. Not that you could do anything with it. Valles Marineris. I'm sure I said that wrong, but fuck, who cares? On Mars. Now, this is an area that's much larger than the Grand Canyon. And it turns out the ExoMars Trace Gas Orbiter. Do you hear, Bugs? No, he's sniffing for Santa. Jeez Louise. Anyway, it was launched back in 2016. It was a joint mission between the European Space Agency and Roscosmos. Gotta love Roscosmos, to be honest. It detected water. Now, this thing has a device. It's an instrument that's called the FREND, FREND, which also stands for the Fine Resolution Epithermal Neutron Detector. This thing is pretty fucking powerful. It's out there in space. It's orbiting Mars, and it can detect hydrogen all the way down up to 3.28 feet below the Martian soil. From space, no less. That is crazy. That is banana. Now, they're saying that they know for sure that most of the water on Mars, this is what they know. Visually, they know that it's at the polar regions, and it's frozen water ice, right? But now they got this area over at Valles Marineris. Like, can't they get like normal fucking names? Really? I mean, come on. If we're going to colonize the damn planet, give it a fucking name that's normal to Earthlings. Anyway, the Valles Marineris sounds like it's a sauce. So this place is just south of the equator, and the temperatures typically are not cold enough for water ice to remain. So what they're saying is this is water, H2 something O. I mean, I'm not really sure what they really think it is, but they're saying it's water. It's a lot of water, actually, believe it or not. Now, the observations by the FREND, not mine, it's yours. These were collected between May 2018 and February 2021. So this was fairly recent. It wasn't like, when the damn thing first got there. I mean, this is like fairly recent, all the way up to February of this year. And it's a large area. It is a large area. They're saying about 40% of the surface area of this particular canyon region has water under it, under the surface. That is freaking nuts. That is actually quite a lot of water. And here's the size comparison. All you guys in the Netherlands, it would cover the Netherlands. Literally. We're talking about water the size of the Netherlands. That's real significant fucking water, to be honest. And, for the longest, they kept on telling us there was no damn water on Mars. There's nothing. There's no life. There's no water. They ain't shit. If there were ancient people there, they blew themselves the fuck up. And there's nothing there. It all went into space. But apparently there's something there. Now, it goes back to how they talk about gas. We smell farts from Mars, and then we don't. There's nobody farting on Mars. Now there is. Okay, no, there isn't. And we go back and forth with the water thing too. So we'll see if this stays as it is. Now, Igor Matrifanov, the principal investigator of the FREND telescope, said this: with the Trace Gas Orbiter, we can look down to 1 meter below, which is the 3.28 feet for you guys who, are not into that type of math. And this is right below the surface layer, and what they can pretty much see what's going on below that amount of surface, and they're able to locate water-rich oases that couldn't be detected with previous instruments. So a pat on the back for the FREND. I'm asking for a friend. Is that really correct? We'll have to see how this turns out, because as we've known from the past, this information like this, it just seems to flip-flop. Like one paper says, yes, there's a Netherlands. We can like drown everybody in the Netherlands if we wanted to from the water in this canyon. And then they'll turn around and tell you there is no such thing as water other than in the polar caps. You can just forget about it. So somebody else will look at the same data and come up with a completely different conclusion. That's the way this whole Mars thing has been, from the beginning. The way they flip-flop it's unbelievable. You just got to be there. And really, that's going to be the answer for everything. A lot of this stuff might change. A lot of this stuff it needs boots on the ground. We need to have people in Mars ready to investigate what the hell is going on and what really happened to the water. Is it really just frozen, or can we actually dig and put a well somewhere and gather up some water for those future Martian missions? So we'll have to see what happens. The article is in the description if you want to read a little bit more. But damn, 40%, enough to cover the Netherlands. That's no small amount of water. That's pretty significant as far as I'm concerned. Check this out.
Hold up, I am on my way. I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right. Dance, dance, now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, 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 come on. Dance. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
The Pentagon continues to catch some shit over their ridiculously named, Office of Fuckery. It is called the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group. Like, can't they come up with a cool name, like something that means something to somebody? You can't do shit with it. And that's the problem. It's one thing if you want to sneak ahead, try to get ahead of the game and, cut off the disclosure movement, even though they say that they're not doing that. But do it with something cool, like something someone gives two fucks about. This is basically, not only are you slapping us in the face by, getting your little group together before the NDAA group that these people in Congress signed off on, but now you're going to fuck us over with a stupid-ass name. But that's not the end of it, because people are they're mad as hell. And not just regular folk like you and I, the blue-collar folks. We're talking about people who deal with ufology things, people who look at reports and people who do all this other shit. They're not happy about it. So they're saying people from, government people, officials, to analysts globally, they're kind of pissed off. They're pissed off that the Pentagon did this. But in reading the article, I see why they did it. I really feel that this wasn't such a bad move, to be honest. So according to the Pentagon, this group, the AIGGOLF, is going to report to the Undersecretary of Defense of Intelligence or Non-Intelligence, depending on what side of the fence you sit on, and Security. They're supposed to oversee the entire government study of UFOs/UAPs, because we know they don't like calling them UFOs. Their focus, however, is on sightings that are, around restricted military airspace and activities. And they're supposed to assess these things and figure out how the fuck to handle it, right? Because it's about safety and national security. This is something that the spokesperson said for this new group. God, you got a bad job, let me tell you. But there's people who are out there already saying, they're calling bullshit on it. One person is Peter Whitney, a researcher based in Japan and a member of the the Mutual UFO Network, which we like to call MUFON here in the States, which we're not very happy about. But Peter says it represents a brazen step towards completely stifling the demand from both the public and Congress for increased UFO transparency. And he says clearly the DOD is attempting to reverse course on this trend and shut down on further disclosure of any kind. I mean, a lot of people feel that way. They could have waited. They could have got all their ducks in a row, or their little aliens, lined them all up, and then once the damn NDAA was signed, that included the budget for the new office that everybody was, rushing to put together, then they could have said, hey, by the way, we've got this done. We could take some of that money, give us some of those billions to help build out this office, and, we'll coordinate things for you. They could have done it the nice way instead of being like, oh, fuck you. That's really what they said. Fuck you. And this is the way everybody's taking it, to be honest. New York Democrat Lizzie Landau was talking shit with the U.S. News. She says, while we appreciate the Department of Defense attention to the issue, the AOI MSG, some people like the MSG, some people don't, doesn't go nearly far enough to help us better understand the data we are gathering on UAPs. And she says the proposed framework for the AOI MSG does not much more to address the UAP issue while also maintaining public oversight. But, I think that's what the fucking point is. Let's be honest. This is the Pentagon. This is the Department of Defense. I don't think they want to deal with public oversight. I think that becomes kind of like an issue, right? Can you let the public determine what the military and the Department of Defense have to do? It feels like, I don't know, it's like a catch-22, I guess. I kind of see their point. Because, once you let someone in on the UAP UFO situation, then they're going to want more info. Then they want to dig a little deeper. And then you got your so-called, what they call them, adversarial actors or foreign actors or whatever the fuck they are, putting people in place in the public to get more info for their side. I don't know. I can understand. I totally understand why they're paranoid, why they want to, as they say, control the narrative of how information is leaked to the public. I get it. I'm sorry. Not leaked, how it's published, because, it's not like they purposely leak information. That would never happen. Another individual here, Robert Spearing. Now, Robert is part of MUFON's International Investigations, which is based in Costa Rica. Says this is an end or an attempt. I don't know. It says actually this is an end around to cut the legs out from Senator Gillibrand in our amendment to the next defense spending bill. She wants a government office that utilizes input from civilian organizations. In essence, the Pentagon doesn't want this. And again, I can see why not. I can see why they don't. Why would you want your civilians to call the shots for your defense program? I can see it. There's got to be a happy medium here. But I don't think the AOIS, MSG, FK, GKZ, I don't think that's the answer for it. To be honest, we might just be way too far from it in general. And let's be forthcoming here. We all know that we're not going to see like a monthly report from any department that they put together. It's just not going to happen. Maybe every 6 months, maybe every year, maybe every 2 years. Unless there is someone in any of these so-called offices or departments in the government readily leaking information out regarding UFOs and UAPs, you're probably not going to get a standard reporting. And then it'll be just like the shit we saw in the UAP report, which was lackluster. It basically told you nothing and everything was kept top secret. That's really what you got to look forward to. So don't put all your eggs in this basket, because this basket is fucked. You will never see your eggs again, I promise you. There's more to the issues with this office and the ongoing distrust of the DOD's move to kind of, take away from the hard work of these senators and people in Congress to try to give the public insight into what's really going on. Click the link in the description.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Crack
Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying 2 feet deep. Now wish upon a falling star, so all your secret dreams can come true. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. All the fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. There's something that happens when something that happens when December ends, when December ends, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. It's Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby.
Don't fucking scream at me. Where's you the money? Fuck you. Look at you with your fucking 48% body fat.
I almost feel like it was Christmas and that's Arnold was talking about Santa. The hell is wrong with him? Anyway, Elon Musk says he'll be surprised if we're not landing on Mars within 5 years. There's just something about Musk. Like, he's a genius. We love Tesla. We love SpaceX. Love what he's doing down in Boca Chica, everywhere else. But for fuck's sake, you got to do like NASA does. You know? You underpromise and overdeliver. Elon, stop telling people all these grandiose ideas. Just tell them. Let's change the sentence the way NASA would do it. We'll be surprised if we're not landing in Mars in 25 years. And then 5 years later, bam, you're good to go, and people would think you're a space god for getting it done. That's why people look up to NASA, because of that one thing. Is that they underpromise and overdeliver. Mars believes, not Mars, Elon believes that we're going to get to land on Mars within 5 years. This is what he told Time Magazine. And of course, I'm sure that when you get voted Times Person of the Year, well, you start promising all kind of shit. I'm going to fix people there. I'm going to give internet to all the spear chucking folks down in South America in the jungle. They're going to have Pornhub. They're going to have all these great cartoons and all this great education going to them through Starlink. And I'm going to fix world hunger by putting implants in people's brains and making them forget that they're even hungry at all. Shit like this comes out of your mouth when you're the person of the year, according to Time. But he says, listen, if we are not in 5 years with a bunch of, people 34 million miles away from Mars, then we ain't living. We ain't living. Here's a quote from Mars. God, why do I keep on saying fucking Mars? Here's a quote from Musk. Here's what he told the Times. The next really big thing is to build a self-sustaining city on Mars and bring the animals and the creatures of Earth there, sort of like a futuristic Noah's Ark. We'll bring more than 2, though. It's a little weird if there's only 2. I don't know. Did he get some fresh weed? Is this used? I mean, is this weed he had sitting around for a while? I have no idea. I just don't know. I feel like many other people that that's just not going to happen. I feel like 5 years is not a real thing, Elon. I'm sorry. I know you sold all your fucking houses because you're ready to go, but still, I don't feel it is. I just don't see it. In February, space policy expert out of ASU, Arizona State University, Greg Autry, he told Business Insider that Musk likely won't reach Mars until 2029 with or without NASA's help. Well, I mean, with NASA's help, the way it's been going, that would be 2039. Without NASA, I could see 2029. You know, I could see that being realistic. But 5 years? Boy, shit. Not even. I just don't see it. No, I don't. I really don't see 5 years. 2029, I think, is more realistic. I'm with Autry on that one. Other space experts talking about Mars and getting there. Some people say no. Some people are even saying that you can't even sustain life, Earth life, human beings on Mars long term. That he's crazy. It is not going to happen. Most people will probably die. They're even quoting Musk himself when he told folks back in April that many of the astronauts on the way to Mars will probably die on the way there. That's not really appealing for the workforce, right? Like if you're trying to hire people, you don't say that. Like if you try to get some astronauts to come in and be part of that first crew, why would you tell them they're going to die on the way over there? For fuck's sake, that really doesn't help. And the weird thing is, I almost feel like if this thing happens in 2029, I don't think anybody's going to die on the way over there. Now, getting to the actual planet's surface, it's I don't know. I feel like there's going to be some problems there, to be honest. SpaceX engineer Ashley Kozak, unfortunately, might be throwing a wrench into everything. This is, for fuck's sake, Bugs. Ashley Kozak, she wrote an op-ed where she alleges sexual harassment at SpaceX over the 4 years that she was with the company. And it is things like that that delay all of Elon's plans. Just like what's happening down in Boca Chica. Just like what's happening anywhere that SpaceX could have some vulnerabilities. It does. And this is one of those things. Could you imagine these alleged accusations being true, and then even more engineers coming out, which is a horrible thing. It's not something that you want to hear coming out of the camp of the one organization that's leading the space race, the race to the moon and the race to freaking Mars. It would be pretty sad to have them tied up in something like this, but hey, if you don't do the crime, if you can't do the time. So it'll be interesting to see where this all leads to. On top of everything else, there's always challenges to SpaceX coming from local governments, coming from local people, and coming from within themselves, apparently. So is it possible in 5 years that they'll be on Mars? I'm going to thumbs down that. I don't think it's going to happen. What do you guys think? Do you think Elon has the cojones to get this sewer phallus where it needs to be in 5 years? We'll see. Hopefully we're all alive, healthy, coronavirus less around that time to see if he actually gets it done. There's more to the article in the description. Check it out at your leisure. This is a maybe like a 1 shitter and a half reader, so check it out.
Walking around, feeling free, thinking about what's happened to me from July up till now. Don't know where, don't to realize that I can't see it in your eyes. So it's true. I'm so glad you feel it too. Nothing to hide, falling in love. To me, it's perfectly clear. We're falling in love. It's true, this part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love. Summer ended, but we did not. We started something. This thing that we got grew stronger. Each day we're together. On the way, oh, we're falling in love. To me, it's perfectly clear. We're falling in love. It's true, this part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love. Hey! Say. Walking around, you and me. The Christmas time's got the best of me. Then it starts to snow in our heart. We both know that we're falling in love. To me, it's perfectly clear. We're falling in love. It's true, this part of the year has something in store for us. We're falling in love. We're falling in love. No, it's the time of the year when something's in store for us. 'Cause we're falling in love. That's right.
Who the fuck is this asshole?
Another delay for the James Webb Telescope. Up until what? Recently, right? James Webb was supposed to be shot into space on December 22nd, which I was looking forward to watching that. Now it's been pushed off to December 24th. There is just a long line of just bad news, issues when it comes to James Webb. I feel like something's gonna go wrong. I mean, how could this be? How could this be? James Webb totally up there as far as budget, $10 billion. The famed successor to the Hubble telescope. I mean, this thing is promising again. Here's the one thing that NASA. I don't even think it's NASA, but it seems like the theory is a little backwards here because they're definitely overpromising on what the James Webb Telescope is going to be able to do. I mean, literally, they are just like going to town. And even then, I'm sure, because this is NASA and the way they roll, they're going to tell you it's going to be able to look further than ever before. And then they'll tell us that they found alien life like 100 billion years in the past. Thanks to James Webb. Jeez, bugs. God damn it. He literally just farted and it just went in my mouth. Whew. This is what I got to work with. This. I swear, if someone lights a match or sparks, I'm done with. The whole freaking house is going. So that's the deal. It tastes terrible. On the 24th, it is going to be leaving from French Guiana about 9:20 local time. a.m. is what it looks like. And we'll see what happens. Now, the issue this time was that the for some reason they discovered that the James Webb telescope was not communicating with the launch vehicle. Yeah, that could be a problem. That really could be a significant problem if you launch the thing and the shit's just sitting there. Can you imagine $10 billion of just space junk? Now, I know, NASA will work 24/7 in order to regain control of the vehicle, but for fuck's sake, this thing has had so many delays, it's not even funny. I actually went in and started to look at, where the delays happened. Initially, the telescope was planned for $500 million back in 1997. That was going to be the cost, the budget for James Webb. And it was supposed to launch in 2007 for $500,000. And then there were some changes. Still, we're still going to launch it in 2007, but it went up to $1 billion. Then there was another delay discovered in 99, and that moved it to 2008. And then in 2000, they moved it to 2009. But all of a sudden, the budget went up to $1.8 billion. In 2002, the launch date changed to 2010 with a budget of $2.5 billion. And then in 2003, it moved to 2011, 2005 to 2013, and now we have a $3 billion budget for James Webb. 2006, it got moved to 2014 with another 1.5 billion. Why are they spending so much fucking money on this? Really, this is just crazy. In 2008, they went through their preliminary design review, and guess what? 2014 still remained as the launch year for the James Webb, but there was another increase in budget up to $5.1 billion. In 2010, a critical design review pushed the James Webb back to a 2015-2016 and $6.5 billion launch budget. And it just continues. It continues. So back in 2010, we surmised $6.5 billion, and we made it all the way up to today, where it's supposed to launch. And they say $10 billion, but according to this article, it's $9.7 billion to get this tennis station, this tennis court-sized station of a telescope, out into space so it can send us back some pretty pictures of places we'll never fucking reach. Maybe I don't know. Am I expecting too much? Like, for $10 billion, for fuck's sake, do something. But, I guess the pretty pictures is good because I can put it on my desktop as a wallpaper or something like that, or on my phone. Because that's about all we're going to get out of this, you and I, the blue-collar folks, is nice wallpapers. That's the end of the podcast. Listen, I hope everyone has a good holiday. Even if you don't celebrate Christmas for whatever reason, I know everybody has different religious backgrounds and belief. I hope you have a wonderful closing to 2021. And we should have a podcast before we hit the new year, for sure. But until then, I thank you guys for listening, and I appreciate every single one of you for taking the time to enjoy the Christmas music, because I know all of you don't. I'm about to hear it from the Asgardians, I'm sure. But 2 more songs to end the podcast, and I'll be back after Christmas. And you might see me on social media, by the way, so go ahead and follow. The links are in the description. Maybe I'll post a couple of gifts here or there, or some pictures of bugs. He actually has a light-up tie that he's going to wear on Christmas, probably along with his ugly sweater, because he actually has one of those, for fuck's sake. Ciao.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Over the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. A day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. We got into a drifted bank, and then we got upside. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Not only green when summer's here, but also when it's cold and drear. Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, such pleasure do you bring me. Oh, Christmas tree, such pleasure do you bring me. For every year this Christmas tree brings to us such joy and glee. Oh, Christmas tree, such pleasure do you bring me. Oh, Christmas tree, you'll ever be unchanging, a symbol of goodwill and love. You'll ever be unchanging, each shining light, each silver bell. No one alive spreads cheer so well. Oh, Christmas tree, you'll ever be unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, you'll ever be unchanging.